Hello everybody, how's it going? This is Richboywayne, aka the Specialist of Opportunity, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a reaction video to the Most Violent Wall Street Bet Losses. This is a funny video that I came across. I thought it was interesting. I watched the first 5 seconds of it, and I want to do a reaction to it, because I just know that it's going to be funny. I know it's going to be something crazy. So, if you like my channel, go ahead and hit like.
Yeah. A lot of the time I find myself getting wrapped up in things that aren't really that important. I'm sure all of you guys can relate to this feeling.
Yes.
Your job's not going well, you're failing your classes, you pushed on a pull handle for way too long in front of 6 people, to the point where someone actually stopped what they were doing so they could come over and try to help you. Or other, oddly specific things that didn't happen to me in the past week. Now, these things happen to everybody. They happen to everybody. They happen to everybody. And they can live rent-free in your head if you let them. However, sometimes all it takes is a little perspective to recognize how good you really have it. And what I've found is that there's no better way to give yourself this perspective than by looking at crippling financial losses on Wall Street bets. That's a philosophical spin I tried to put on
the
this.
hell?
In reality,
this dude lost $20,000. That was doing that back. Let's not gloss over that. Dang gone. What in the world? These people are crazy. They losing money in ways I never even thought was possible. What in the hell? $20,000, 99.85%. Man, I just have a thing for money just being wasted. It just bothers me, yo. I don't know why. It just does. It always has, but man, $20,000. You think about what you could buy? You could buy a new car with that. I know it doesn't seem like a lot of money to some people, but it is. Let's go. Let's play the video.
Wall Street bets. That's a philosophical spin I tried to put on this. In reality, I just like looking at these losses because it's fun. And it teaches you exactly what not to do. So today we're going to take a stroll down memory lane, looking at some of the most violent financial losses you have ever seen or will ever see. Oh my god, they're so bad. I'm guessing if you already watch my channel, you're starting to become kind of desensitized to massive financial losses. After all, it's just numbers on a screen that don't actually translate to anything in real life. Right? But if you're new to this whole investing, stock market kind of...
Man, it's just... If you're losing that much money, it's just time to quit. It's time to reevaluate your life. Just stop. Don't do anything. Don't buy anything. Don't sell anything. Just quit it. Delete the app. Delete the Robinhood app from your phone and just say forget it. It's not worth it.
Kind of thing. This is probably going to be somewhat jarring. The losses we're about to look at are the quickest and most violent way any average person could ever lose money. It would actually be harder to go to the bank, get hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash, drench it in gasoline, and light it on fire. Like, that would take longer. So prepare yourself physically and mentally, because we're about to visit the graveyard of Wall Street bets. The graveyard of the internet. But before that, we have to learn about the architecture of financial losses.
Yeah, we ain't doing no free sponsorships now. Hey, man, just before I continue though, man, these people are losing $120,000, $67,000. Good lord. I mean, I can't really talk because I lost like $8,000 one time in the stock market. I'll do a video on it. If we get over 10 likes on this video, I'll do a video on it, because I think it's a good learning experience. But man, I was hurting for like months over that. Months. And these people are out here losing $160,000. Good lord. How do you even how do you even sleep at night with that? No, I just can't even. I don't even want to imagine that. That's a house where I live at. No. Like, I could pay off half my mortgage with that. That's crazy. Man, it's just... I couldn't do it.
Not all are created equal. I'm guessing a lot of you newcomers are probably going to be asking,
300.
how?
Whoa, run that back. What in the heck? $337,000 in the past week. Where are these people getting all this money from, first of all? Second of all, what the heck? I mean, I'm sorry. If I lost that much money, dude, you just don't even know. You don't even know. I'm putting on the mask. And we doing some things out here. Cause I can't sleep with that. No. These people, first of all, if you're gonna do that, which I guess what they were trying to do is they're trying to do a YOLO. If you're gonna do that, take part of the money and do this. Don't take all of it. No. I hope these kids are rich and they just have, money to just burn. Even so, though, 337. My heart is hurting. I can't do it. I can't. This video is gonna be 1,000 years long. All right, let's play the video. Let's play it.
I'm guessing a lot of you newcomers are probably going to be asking, how? How could you lose so much fucking money? Also, you're probably going to notice throughout this video that there are some patterns that are remarkably consistent throughout the entire video. Let's break this down. Nature has the golden ratio, the Fibonacci sequence,
okay.
A sequence of numbers that strangely seems to show itself everywhere in the universe. Flower petals, shells, hurricanes, even galaxies seem to follow the same pattern. In financial losses, we see a few different patterns. Let's start out here. This is just a classic Wall Street Bets Loss chart and a pattern we'll most likely see often throughout the rest of this video. It's actually funny how perfectly this represents investor psychology. I feel like I can tell you the exact thought process at all of these points. So what happened here? Let's use technical analysis artwork technology to try to uncover the truth. We can break this down into a few psychological phases. Let's start here at the beginning, when you first started investing. Maybe you read The Intelligent Investor, maybe you figured you should start throwing some money into an index fund. The reason doesn't really matter. What matters is that this is the first and last time you'll make money doing this. You've probably got a good diversified portfolio of blue chip companies that are heavily correlated with the S&P.
Okay. Let me run that back. Yeah, this totally was me, okay? This was me. I had money in the 401k like everybody else. Money in, some Vanguard fund. I don't even remember which one. This was me. This literally was me. And I was doing pretty good. Up until 2020. I was doing good up until then. And then it all went to crap after that. Actually, it went to crap probably around September of 2020. It's when things kind of went south for me. A little bit. But I didn't lose all my money, though. That's the thing. I lost part of it. But, I mean, it'll come back. It'll come back. You just gotta be patient. The market would definitely rebound, I think. I think interest rates will go down, and if they do, the market will come back, and them gains will come back too. I'm just saying.
You were so innocent. Now, what you're seeing right here, I like to call experimenting with the dark arts.
That's
this
what it
little
was.
spike right here.
Yeah.
It's so funny how accurate this is. This is you
options enabled, baby.
A brief view into a world that you had no idea was even possible. You can never return from this place. Pandora's box is open. Despite you feeling like you're learning so much, I promise you this is the end of your financial career. I like to call this period volatility exposure therapy. The market doesn't want to scare you away with big volatility. You'll disable options forever. Instead, it's going to let you test the waters a little bit, just enough to push you into the next phase. Degenerative risk-taking behavior. That one's pretty self-explanatory, and it leads us into the next phase. Jacked to the tits. You're convinced you are Warren Buffett. You have a money printer in your pocket. This phase usually lasts a few hours to days, and it leads us to the final phase, imminent destruction. Now, despite what you might think, imminent destruction doesn't happen here. Imminent destruction happens here, the moment you enable options trading in Robinhood. This is incredibly important to understand. So that's a brief overview of the most common financial loss chart. Understanding each of the phases can help us determine the psychology involved with losing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now let's get into the most violent financial losses you will ever see. But quickly, to introduce the sponsor of today's video,
No, we don't do sponsors on this channel.
I do?
No, can't do it. Can't do it. They ain't paying me, so you know what? Hey, we're skipping over that.
But a lot of the headlines you see in whatever finance app you use are generated by AI. And for any of you that were scared AI was going to take over the world, all it takes is one look at these headlines to realize we're not going to be seeing Terminator anytime soon. Most media outlets don't give an accurate representation of what's really going on in the market, and are sometimes blatantly wrong. And most of the content that is written by real humans is littered with bias or was written by career journalists with limited experience. Instead, the Daily Upside is written by industry professionals that actually give you relevant and accurate information. It's crisp, concise, and perfectly witty. They also don't take themselves too seriously, so you don't need to worry about starting off your day with headache-inducing financial jargon. Just quality, straight-to-the-point information with the right amount of spice. You can subscribe to the Daily Upside with the link down in the description. It's completely free, and you can always unsubscribe if you don't enjoy it. Now back to your regularly scheduled financial losses. Let's begin here. We've got another classic $45,000 loss. It's okay. You know, 45 grand is like that awkward amount where it's not really enough to justify buying anything cool or balling out, so it's almost more convenient to just not have it. That was obviously the thought process here as well. I don't really know what to use it for, so I'm just going to lose all of it. As you can see, we've got the increase in volatility from options trading here, followed by the implosion. Classic. The silver lining with this is that if you felt comfortable
hold on, so if we go back to that chart, like he said in the other video, psychology, you can see, look, let me get a better picture. Here we go. So here you can see from here to here, he was doing the S&P, you know, index fund, version fund, you know, and then right about here is when he started to experiment with options, and then he got that ability, and then blah, 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 down the slopes. Never, his money just evaporated into thin air, never to be seen again. I hope this video is educational. It is funny, but it is sad at the same time. If somebody's losing $45,000, that's more than some people make in a year, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know what I would do if I don't know. It just hurts to even think about it. What would you even do? What could you do? Man. I don't even know, bro. I don't even know.
As you can see, we've got the increase in volatility from options trading here, followed by the implosion. Classic. The silver lining with this is that if you felt comfortable gambling with short-term options, I'm guessing your lifestyle isn't taking a massive hit from this. Let's all hope. In any case, I commend thee.
Better futures start now with the Ninja.
We ain't doing no sponsorships here. I hope dude didn't rope himself over that, and I hope that, you know, these kids have, you know, some savings or something saved up. Seriously, all jokes aside, like, dude, that's a lot of money. A lot of money. So I just hope that, you know, that's the case. But we're not doing sponsorships here, so let's go ahead and skip this.
You can quickly...
Okay, so there's a lot to break down here. You can see already $50,000 has evaporated. This was another GameStop implosion. The guy bought $90,000 of out-of-the-money calls expiring in 2 days.
So for those that don't know, okay, I do want to talk about this. So when you're buying options, the way I was taught to do it by professionals was you always want to buy at least a month, at least 3 months out, really. But you can get away with a month if you're going to do something like this. If you're going to do something like this, at least do a month out at the bare minimum. 2 days into an expiration, you're fighting against theta, and you're going to get crushed. That thing is going to decay like, you know, some rotten meat that's been left on the counter. That's not a smart thing to do. It's very stupid, and it's very risky. even if the stock does go in the direction that you, let's say for example, you buy a call option and the stock goes up, it has to go up enough for that option to increase in value, and that's the problem. So 2 days before expiration, don't ever do that. Ever. That's my rant. Okay, back to the video.
For those of you who may not fully understand what that means, I joke a lot about donating money to Wall Street on this channel. That's usually a joke, but this is actually like taking $90,000 out of your bank account, calling Goldman Sachs on the phone and saying, hey, I want to wire you $90,000. And the funny thing is that would actually take longer. This is a perfect example of why it's incredibly important to recognize that buying a call isn't the exact same as going long on the stock.
Yes.
And you need to understand implied volatility before you mess around with options. This was posted on March 11th, right at the peak of the second GameStop rally. The problem is that a giant rally like this increases the implied volatility of GameStop options so much that the options market is literally pricing in 100% moves in GameStop's share price.
Okay, so I want to talk about that for a second too, because he is right. Yes, implied volatility. Okay, nobody ever talks about this stuff, so I'm glad this is a good time for me to actually talk about it. Okay, so when you're buying options, whether it's calls, puts, whatever, you got to watch out for implied volatility. That usually happens during earnings season or some big news event or something. If you don't watch out for this, you can get what is known as IV crushed, and it can tank your position, and you'll lose all your money like that guy just did. So it's something you want to look out for. Any major news events, or particularly earnings. Earnings is typically when you get IV crushed. And yes, it is priced in. Everything is priced in, supposedly. Just take that with a grain of salt. But everything is priced into the price of the stock. So the thing is, if the stock doesn't go up enough to justify that price, then it doesn't, you're still going to lose money even though the stock is going in the direction that you want it to go in. So it's something to look out for. Back to the video.
This is a good lesson. It shows us that before putting $90,000 into something, reading even one Investopedia article might save you a lot of money.
Yes.
Alright, an 18-year-old making $100 grand with AMC calls, then losing it all. Pretty classic story of Wall Street bets degeneracy. What is $100,000 really? That's like free college tuition. The exit strategy. The thing all of us know we should have but never actually end up using.
Yeah,
With this, we really once again have to beg the question, what would have been an acceptable return? If 10xing your money in a matter of weeks wasn't, is there any return that would have ever...
Okay, so I do want to talk about this too. Yes, exit strategies. Yes, you want to have an exit strategy, particularly more than one, but one would work fine. So if you want to make, for example, you want to 10x your money, you could at least have an exit strategy or set a stop loss or something at like half of your position. At 50%. Yeah. Trying to get my words out here. Okay. So like for example, if you want this to go to, I don't know, we'll say that the stock is worth $1. The options were like $1, a piece. You would set your stop losses at 50 cents. And hopefully you would get stopped out and you wouldn't lose all of your money like this guy just did. Because, that's a huge hit. And I see that, you'll typically see these little bounce backs or whatever. So I guess what has happened here is he made some money here and he didn't sell. And it went down. Then you got the rebound here. He probably didn't sell there either. And he held his position and, flatlined his account. I'm guessing that's what happened.
Made you sell? Just something to keep in mind. This is so funny. Apparently at Fidelity, if you lose thousands of dollars, they send you a nice letter checking in to see if what you're doing is, consistent with your investment objectives. And to see if you're still alive. At Fidelity, we believe it's important for investors to periodically review their investment strategies and trading activity to ensure that each is consistent with their investment objective, financial circumstances, and risk tolerance. This is why we wanted to make you aware that last month, 63 trades were executed in your above referenced account, and the overall equity value of your account decreased by $438,000. See, at least you get an
What in the
Calling all
world?
inconsistent traders. If you've tried trading with
400. That's like that's $500,000 almost. Up in smoke, gone. Hey, if you're thinking about doing this, you know I have a Cash App, I have Venmo, I got PayPal. Just wire me the money. Yeah, wire me the money, and then at least you won't have any guilt. If you're gonna invest in risky derivatives, just send me the money. That's all. I do accept donations. You can I don't have super chats enabled on my account yet, but you can send me the money. Yeah. I'll drop my PayPal in the description of this video. Y'all can send your boy some money. And I guarantee you it's gonna be better than sending it to the Wall Street guys, right? So there you go. I hate these ads.
known to man, but you're
an actual certificate from Fidelity. Please consider reviewing your account statements and trade confirmations to determine whether this activity is still consistent with your investment objectives. This activity? What, losing $500,000? Yeah, I can't say that was consistent with my investment objectives. Thanks for looking out for me, though. See, there you go. Always a silver lining. So, with this one, I'm just curious. What were you buying this year? $400,000 to exactly zero. Impressive. This was posted in November of 2020, which means the S&P returned over 50% in the 6 months prior to this. Like, looking at this, it's actually remarkable how consistently you were able to lose money in a time when the S&P returned so much. Won't go back to Robinhood. I think this guy brings up a good point. I'm just gonna take a wild guess here and say there was probably something fundamentally wrong with your trading strat.
Yeah, just delete the app and it'll restart. Yeah. But seriously though, these guys would have been better off if they had just left their money in like I wouldn't say mutual fund, index fund, an S&P 500 index fund, and just left it there. They would have been way better off. Way better off. I just don't know, man. It's crazy.
I guess the lesson here is to never bet against the Fed. Painful $500,000 loss. Warren Buffett said something about how consolidation builds wealth and diversification protects it. I don't know if this is what he was talking about. American Airlines, not a bad play for the pandemic recovery. Yep. Probably a situation where you want to buy shares though. Seeing this is just painful. How much money do you need? Going into this with out-of-the-money options just seems like a recipe for disaster.
Ooh,
and, of course, the clowning ensues in the comments below. Love to see it. So, what was the thought process here?
Damn,
I'm genuinely interested.
My second mortgage, $35K to $5 million. So let me get this straight. This guy YOLO'd his money, right, to $35,000. Was up $5 million. He was up. Made money. Why didn't you just sell, bro? You could have had $5 million. You could have walked away and started a new life. Never would have had to work again. You could put that money in the crappiest Vanguard fund and live off the dividends. But I don't know. I mean, I do know because I've lost money in the stock market as well. But I don't think I've ever done anything like this ever. Yeah, this is just sad. This is actually messed up on a fundamental level. Like this is like literally taking money out of your account and lighting it on fire. Only that would take actually less work. I mean, excuse me, that would take more work than doing what he did. Just if you have 35,000, let me just back that up for a second. If you have $5 million, right? You got $5 million here. Don't donate it to Wall Street. Donate it to me. I'll take it. All right. Invest it in Richboywayne, and I will take that money, and I will invest it. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to give me the money. You can loan it to me, and I'll give you a better return than this right here. This is just sad. This is sad. Let's continue though, because it is entertaining.
Obviously, you guys can see the situation. Another GameStop millionaire turned $35,000 into $5 million. This is a perfect example of if it's good enough to screenshot, it's good enough to sell. I think this comment just sums it up pretty well. If you turn $35,000 into $5 million and don't sell, there is no amount of money you could have made that would ever make you sell. $5 million invested into an index fund returns an average of over $300,000 per year on autopilot. I mean, fuck, throw that money into AAA corporate bonds with a 2% yield and collect $100,000 per year for the rest of your life. Do anything. Anything except what you did. Is there anything we can take away from this? Well, from everything I've seen, it seems like no matter how much money you have, it will never be enough. Especially when it's just numbers on a screen. What's one common trait between all of these losses? Greed. Icarus flying too close to the sun or whatever. If it's good enough to screenshot, it's good enough to sell. An ancient piece of Wall Street Bets wisdom that we all need to remember sometimes. Create a solid exit plan with all of your trades and stick to it. Or just buy index funds and actually make money. But where's the fun in that?
That was a good video. And it did make some interesting points. Yes, if you are going to do this, which I hope to God that you don't, at least have an exit strategy. Or if you don't know what you're doing, leave it to the pros. Just buy an index fund. Let the index do it. And just, sit on your hands. No need to waste, $5 million. Good Lord. Ooh, well, that was a good video. That was actually a pretty good video. I liked it. He has some pretty good videos as well on his channel, so check his stuff out. I'll leave a link to it in the description. And of course, if you like my videos, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit like, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you guys won't do what these guys did and waste your money. Okay? Alright.